Hello and welcome to MarketVolume's Java Charts video tutorial. This tutorial comes in 3 parts, with the first part covering a quick overview of our Java charts and their features. The second tutorial goes into more depth about each individual feature of the charts. And the third tutorial covers more advanced features such as studies and annotating the charts. First, we will start with the information areas presented within a standard chart. Here we have the S&P 500 chart loaded. The central area of the chart is where the main information of the S&P 500 index is displayed. This is what we call the index and volume pane, as it only contains information about the index and index's volume. In the upper left-hand corner of the index pane is where the current values and settings are displayed for both the volume and the volume moving average. This information tells you what actual volume data is displayed in gray, what volume moving average information is displayed in blue, and the numbers at the end of these lines represents the current value for both the last active minute of volume and the volume moving average. On the right hand side of this information pane, you will see the current status of the chart and the market. This information tells you the size of each tick displayed in the chart, whether the market is open or closed, and whether you are viewing a real-time or historical chart. Integral to the index pane as well as all other panes are the scales on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. These scales are clearly marked at the bottom to show you what data they represent and what the scale is factored by. On the right-hand side scale, there will always be a little blue box with a number inside. This number represents the current value of the index and any studies in real time. The scale in the middle of the chart, separating the index pane from the studies pane, is the time scale for the chart. Also, you will notice when you move the cursor around the screen, these scales will display the actual value of where the cursor is on each scale. This data is displayed in boxes with a tan background on each scale. This information does not represent the current value of the index or volume data. It merely represents the value of where the two cursor lines intersect. Above the index pane is another information pane that shows you the values of the index and volume data at any selected point on the chart. If you don't have a cursor up, it will display only real-time information. At the top of this area is the name of the current index, the last reported value for this index, and the change in the index since market open, expressed in points and percent. These values in bold always represent the last reported value for the index in question. The data on the second line is standard open, high, low, close, volume information. The pane at the bottom of the chart is the studies pane index. This pane can display any number of studies which you configure yourself. However, by default, it will only display the sell by volume oscillator and the advanced decline oscillator. The names of each of these studies displayed appear in bold in the upper left-hand corner of each of the studies. At the end of each of these lines is the value of the study where you have the cursor positions. Unless you have the cursor turned off, in which case the data displayed here is real-time data. This concludes this section of the video tutorial. If you wish to learn more about our Java charts, we suggest that you continue with the second video in this 3-part video tutorial.